Hi everybody, it's Dr. Bam, and this is the Knowledge Foundation video for Unit 3, the social context of schools, families, and communities. So in this unit, we're going to really look at the interaction between teachers, students, and communities. The first topic recognizes that many factors in and outside of the school contribute to academic performance, and so we need to know what's going on in our students' families and in their lives in order to best help them in the school environment. Um, we will take a look at behavior within the classrooms and appropriate instructional strategies, remembering that the um, histories, values, experiences of how people have approached school and done school are very different. We'll take a look at the state level influence and how political beliefs can impact the system. So the six major topics for this unit are public perceptions of schools, teacher standards, structure of schools, families, influence of culture and education, students' cultures in schools, school choice, and working with families. The foundation video will go here. So if you're watching this, then you found it. Um, I encourage you to print chapters 4 and 5 PowerPoints as usual and read chapter 4 and 5 because that is the chapters we're covering this unit. As usual, you have your knowledge check over chapters 4 and 5. And then we have a couple videos here. The first one is looking at ideologies of inequality. And I want you to kind of, after you've watched the video, so make sure you've watched the video, in a couple sentences, talk about how deficit ideology impacts what we do in the classroom and in schools. So what can we take from the concept of deficit ideology and how can we apply it? The next video is in regards to being culturally responsive. And so discuss two connections that you made in this video regarding how can you be a culturally responsive teacher? How can you apply culturally responsive teaching practices? And this video is going to get updated because it is not there right now, but it talks about zero tolerance policies. I'm going to go back and see what's going on there. Um, and if not, I'll find a different zero tolerance policy video. And this one's kind of fun. So I want you to you need to watch this first video here for Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory. And then you will go into, you'll look up at a little piece of episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. And I want you to talk about how in both videos discuss, now that you've watched both videos, discuss how the video in Everybody Loves Raymond, how could you apply the ecological theory to what occurs in this video? So think about how home influenced what occurred at school in the video. So finally, we have Are School Vouchers Good? And this is just an opinion piece, and I want you to talk about what do you think about. Share with me what you think about the voucher system. It's not very much here in Texas, but it's been occurring more and more throughout the United States. And what are your thoughts on it? Is it fair? Is it not fair? And would you apply it? This was President Trump actually had a big move towards vouchers. I don't see President Biden continuing that movement towards vouchers, but there's a possibility. Give your opinion on it because it would be very much federal government based. So once again, either this question will be removed or there'll be a substitute video there on zero tolerance policies. Um, and that is your knowledge builder. So the next piece that you have for this unit is the Knowledge Application Unit 3 assignment. So this chapter, you are asked to recognize that many factors in and outside school contribute to a student's academic performance. And so I want you to think about two external factors that may impact a student's academic performance. Maybe think about something that impacted yourself. So these should be things that occur outside of the school system. So it shouldn't be something that a teacher or a coach does or things like that. So it has to be an external influence, which means it's occurring outside the school system. And then I want you to discuss how each teacher could support a student dealing with that external influence. So first, you name the influence, discuss how they could deal with that influence, and then also because we know that teachers often end up overstepping, What would be going too far? When would you cross the line and overstep the boundaries based upon your position and influence? And so, for example, the one that I give, which you cannot use, so divorce may not be used as an external influence, primarily because I use it here, and secondarily because everybody chooses it because it's low hanging fruit, very easy to do. Um, so, divorce is definitely something that would impact a child in their day to day interaction in the school. So, the example is the child is experiencing the divorce of their parent. And so that's the external influence. And you just list it exactly like you see here, example, colon, the answer, support, colon, the answer. Like you don't need to write it in a paragraph. So, example, child experienced divorce of the parent. The support, the teacher could allow the child to step outside the classroom if they need a moment to regroup themselves, or offer ideas for ways that the child could organize their school materials when they move between their two homes. Overstepping would be discussing with the parents how they should handle custody issues, or providing the child with the teacher's personal cell phone number in case they needed to talk. That is crossing the line. Teachers do not need to be giving students telephone numbers. Um, so I want you to think of two more external influences. Remember, they don't have to be huge. They could be little things that are occurring um, in outside of the school environment that are influencing their behavior or is bleeding over into what is occurring in the school environment. So you'll need to do that twice. So the biggest mistake people make in this assignment is they only do it once. They don't do it twice. Okay. So that is your application assignment for this unit. Your final project gathering is to list 2 colleges or universities that you will consider attending. Right now, you just need to list them. But for each of these programs, oh no, I'm sorry. Let me correct. You need to list them and then you need to go find their degree plans. This can take some time. So for each of the programs, provide a link to a degree plan for at least one of the certification paths you're considering. If you can't find them, do really, 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 really try. Um, Submit, can't find, and I will give you hints on how to track them down to that specific website. And I want you to actually email me first and let me know, hey, I need help finding these. Do you have any job? So if you do submit, I can't find, they will not be counted as credit. So you'll have to go back to receive credit for them. Um, and so if you email me before you submit it, I can't find it. I can help try to direct you because some of the websites do bog down with finding the degree plans. The best thing to do is actually search for degree plan, but it can get difficult. Um, okay. So then you have your fieldwork portfolio assignment. This is 2. This counts as 6 hours. It is a folder. So there is a series of assignments in here that will be due. I'm giving you this unit and next unit. So you will have 1 month to complete this fieldwork assignment. As you can see, there is a series of videos all due on March 8th. And then a final bigger assignment down here. These you are just watching the videos, and then you are saying in 1 or 2 sentences, I watched the entire video, the things I learned are, the things I want to know more about are. 3 things each. You must put things that there is not an option to say, I don't want to learn anything more. You should always want to learn more if you want to be a teacher. So what are things that you could expand on or learn based on that? You will not receive full credit for saying there is nothing more I want to learn. Sorry about that. It's flipped over to the wrong screen. So you need to do those videos, and then at the end of this assignment, you're going to create a lesson that you will be presenting for an elementary or high school environment, elementary, middle, or high, pretty much any grade you want. You could choose any type of lesson as long as it is academic. No PE, no specials type assignments for this one, please. For example, it could be a poem, story, or academic lesson in writing, word recognition, science lesson, math lesson, history lesson, pretty much anything there. Present this online just as you would if you were in the classroom. So you are basically teaching me in a short lesson via Zoom, via Screencast-O-Matic, via whatever you want to do it. If you want to do it by Marco Polo, you may. This lesson needs to have an introduction, which includes the topic or activity you're presenting. Show the materials you'll be using to teach the lesson. What goals, expectations are you having for students? Will they need any materials in order to participate? Be sure to gear this towards the audience that you are teaching. So, you know, as they are, sorry, my son just shut the door. As Are they mature enough to sit for more than 5 minutes? So you don't want them sitting for more than 5 minutes if they're not mature. You need to get them up out of their seats if you're teaching for kindergarten. If you're reading or doing an activity for younger children, make sure your tone has soft and distinct. If you're gearing your lesson towards older, then you need to be direct, be reflective, and demonstrate that you can gear what you are teaching to the level that you are teaching. Your appearance should be one of a teacher, so please do dress accordingly to for your online presence. So your components are introduction to lesson written or video. So you could do your introduction either written or you can do it before the video that you record yourself. So the video of you that you would send to your students, so that would be at least 5 minutes. So if you want to do it as one long video, just do your introduction and say, okay, this starts my lesson that I would be sending to my students, and then that should be at least 5 minutes. And that is considered proctored because I will be seeing you and I have your ID from the previous assignment, so I'll be able to match you with the person doing the assignment. And then assembly, what did you learn from doing this experience? What did you learn about teaching online and giving your students online videos to work through? So remember, this doesn't have to be a huge, like a whole, like what you would do for your whole hour and a half period. It can just be a portion of that, but a minimum of 5 minutes. So that is why I'm giving you 2 weeks, because you have to complete both the videos and the bigger field experience assignment. Okay, so that is it right now for Unit 3. I'm going to check out that zero tolerance video and see what's going on with that. And hopefully that'll be up and going. Either that or I will rework some points and it won't be there at all. So have a great unit, and I look forward to seeing you guys' responses.